Hi, it's Lipoedema Awareness Month, and I wanted to come on and talk about some of the confusing information that we're getting out on social media. Now, it doesn't mean that the information is wrong. It really isn't. What it means is it's hard for you to understand what steps to take. Now, in particular, I want to talk about something that may be seen as a little controversial in the lymphoedema world. I go along to the conferences, and the latest research on lymphoedema is showing that there is not a lymphatic component. And what does that mean? That means that your lymphatic system, in most cases, is absolutely fine. It's well formed, it's working properly. And so what is coming out is that there's lipoedema, lymphoedema, obesity. And I agree that these are three completely separate things. What they're saying is that you start with lipoedema, then obesity occurs, which leads to the lymphoedema. This is where I think there's confusion and where I think research and lived experience are two different things. What I'm seeing in the clinic is that even with clients who have had scanning of the lymphatics and been told that their lymphatics are absolutely fine, therefore they just have lipoedema and they don't really need compression. They can wear a little bit of sports compression. I have clients who have worn compression for a number of years who, if they don't, they have pain. They have swelling. Does this mean they've got lymphoedema? Not necessarily. But to me, what gets confusing is that we're being told there's not lymphoedema, but yet there's swelling. So we need to address that thing of, even though there's not lymphoedema, there can be oedema, which is just swelling. So that's where the compression comes in for lipoedema. It also helps with the pain. So if you have been told that you just have lipoedema, there's not a lymphatic component, but you feel compression works for you, then keep wearing it. And if that means class 2 compression, wear that. If you're fine getting away with sports compression, wear that. Wear what makes you feel the most comfortable. Because just because there's research saying there's not lymphoedema in lipoedema, and it only comes on in the later stages after obesity, because let's face it, not everybody with lipoedema has obesity. I know some very slim women with lipoedema. The two do not always go hand in hand. I think it's a bit naive and limited to say that. So, there is an oedema component to lipoedema. So do what works for you to reduce that oedema. Now, following on from that statement in the lymphatic research world, if there is not a lymphatic component to lipoedema, then what they're saying is manual lymphatic drainage is unnecessary. As a massage therapist whose full business is manual lymphatic drainage, that's a bitter pill to take when you're sitting in a conference room and being told, don't do that. That's irrelevant. You know, what I see in clinic is a completely different story. That when people have manual lymphatic drainage, they leave feeling lighter, with less pain, and they're able to function better. So what comes in here is that you've got to listen to your body. Listen to what is right for you. If you feel like you swell, then sure, your lymphatics may be okay, but that doesn't negate the fact that you get swelling. So do whatever it takes to reduce that and to bring comfort into your body, whether that's manual lymphatic drainage or wearing compression, walking in the water, dry brushing, vibration plates, rebounding. There's so many different things you can do to reduce the amount of fluid that's collecting in your body. And if you want to do that, do not be swayed by the fact that the research is saying there's no lymphatic component to lipoedema. It's your body, you know what's going on for you. I hope that's been helpful.